The old library clock struck midnight, and the manuscript, the only one of its kind, vanished without a trace. 5 people were there, each with a perfect alibi. So, who didn't take it? The manuscript theft was the scandal of the year. Found in a hidden compartment in the ancient library of Allenton Manor, it was a priceless artifact, written by a legendary author. When the town's historical society announced its unveiling, the room quickly filled with curious townsfolk, all eager to get a glimpse of the literary treasure. But when the grand reveal arrived, the case was empty. Sheriff Dawson arrived on the scene to question the only 5 people who had access to the manuscript that night. Each person had a story, a reason to be there, and an alibi. But he was sure of one thing: not all of them were telling the truth. The suspects. 1. Mr. Carlton, the wealthy collector. He'd spent years trying to buy the manuscript, offering the Historical Society a small fortune. But they refused. He claimed he was simply there to see the manuscript one last time, having resigned himself to never owning it. 2. Ms. Brighton, the local historian. She had dedicated her life to preserving artifacts like the manuscript. She insisted she was only there to ensure it was handled with care, and said she left before midnight to finalize some research papers. 3. Lily, the young librarian. Her passion for rare books was known to everyone. She said she was there cataloging materials and went to retrieve some supplies when the theft occurred. 4. Martin, the night janitor. Known for his eccentricity, Martin had keys to every room in the manor. He claimed he saw a figure lurking in the shadows, but couldn't make out who it was. His story wavered slightly when pressed. 5. Dr. Higgins, the retired English professor. He was there as an invited guest, but he had long argued that such a manuscript belonged in a university. He insisted he hadn't even touched the display, saying he didn't want to risk damaging the relic. As Sheriff Dawson listened to each alibi, something clicked. The clues were subtle, but there was one clear truth hiding in plain sight. None of the suspects had actually stolen the manuscript. In fact, the manuscript had never been there at all. It was revealed that the society, fearing its security system wasn't ready for the unveiling, had moved the manuscript to a secure location days earlier. They staged the display case as a decoy, but someone had leaked that the manuscript would be unveiled that night. The real mystery? Who had leaked the false unveiling to draw in potential thieves and secure enough publicity for future funding?